Well, well. How are you doing? It's been a while. It's been a while, hasn't it, chat? Welcome. Let me just scratch my ear. Okay. Welcome. We're going to do some shading. How was your Christmas? Did you have a good Christmas? I had a good Christmas. And as you can see, it's pretty cold in Sheffield, so I got my, I don't know, it's like a huge blanket thing with a hood on it. You can't see below here, but I've got like 50 blankets over my legs and a hot water bottle, so yeah, I'm pretty comfy right now. Let's see what's going on in chat here. Yes, it's true, I am human. Sheffield, the city of pubs, that's true. Speaking of, I may not be in a pub, but I figured we'd, first stream of the year, let's do some of the fancy strawberry flavoured cider to get me in the drawing mood. Indeed, yeah, I could see my breath in the kitchen. It's fine in my room. It's 19 degrees up here, which is because we're an international stream. Let's check the thermometer. That's 66 America degrees. So that's pretty good. But down in the kitchen, yeah, I could see my breath steaming out. Golden Axe. I would like to do like a Golden Axe animation one day. But yeah, so here's what I'm gonna do some of tonight. I've put in like the base shades for this one frame, and we're gonna see how far we can get doing the rest of it. Looks alright. There is actually more at the start, but it's one sec. It's just repeating frames. That's what these numbers are here. So yeah, something like that. Damn, I've got a lot of layers. I have a lot of layers. Let's turn that off. Shameless plug, by the way, as you can see in the just up there. 2-for-1 prints at Patreon. If you want any prints, now's a good time. I do. Surely you've seen my face before. Surely people have seen my face before. Yeah, if I was going to do Golden Axe, it would be one. It'd definitely be one. I mean, I think the best one is Revenge of Death Adder in the arcade. How's the sound balance, by the way? Am I too loud? Is the music too low? Is the music too loud? Am I too low? I don't know. Yes, Taito. Thanks. Yeah, I enjoyed that. That was fun. Music could use a slight bump. Let's use my extremely advanced music software, Winamp. Crank it up a bit. That seems... is that alright? Seems alright. When we went to Dave's event... What, the truck pull? Dave as in my brother Dave? That must have been the truck pull. My brother, for those who don't know, which is most people here, I guess, is like a strong man. He looks a bit like me, except like 3 times the size, and he pulls trucks and planes and things for charity. The planes are on the ground, obviously. He's not pulling them in the sky. Though that would be kind of cool. Jennifer, yeah, I remember. And your small dog. I remember your small dog. Yeah, he's like a super buff Otter King, I guess. Yeah, let's, I guess we'll start putting some of these lines down. He was, I don't know many dogs. I'm a cat person, so I don't know many dogs, but I've totally forgotten his name. Anyway, he's a pretty cute dog. Alfie, that's right, yeah. Yeah, I remember Alfie. Gonna try and keep my eye on chat here. Thankfully there aren't, I'm not one of these super popular streamers, so we don't have hundreds of people watching, so chat moves at a pretty decent speed. I can actually keep up with it. So anyway, producer Mackie is, I believe, at Kroger's at the moment, but we might have Mackie on the stream in a bit, and we could talk about exciting things like James Cameron's Titanic, not James Cameron's Avatar sequel. Has anyone seen it? I haven't seen it yet. Is it any good? The streams, I don't know, I've been, Richard Williams, yeah, of course. Yeah, I've been, I mean, I know I always say I'm crunching, but I've been on crunch mode since before Christmas, like, I won't say finishing up the film, but definitely getting there. And as a result, because it's, you know, the last few scenes of the film, a lot of them are kind of spoilery, so they're not the kind of scenes that I could colour on stream. Hence the lack of streams recently. Better than the first one. Well, it's always good to admit that you don't have the best taste in films. No way. A new Richard Williams in the making. Richard Williams was an absolute master. All I really do is I kind of copy, really. You know, all of my stuff is very derivative of 80s anime, which, you know, if you're gonna copy something, copy the most high quality stuff, so nothing wrong with that. But I don't think Richard Williams could animate in any style at all, and it was always just like, it was always the most ridiculous, super smooth, super high frame rate, absolute god amongst animators, that guy. Oh, thank you. Did I show you? Did I show you some of those in Lincoln? I guess I did. But yeah, it I mean, it helps to have a good animation program. This is TVPaint. I really like this. It really helps to be able to zoom in as much as you like. But yeah, I mean, it takes a while. It does take a while to do. So you know, you need some good music or audio books or something. YouTube videos. I don't know about a British Miyazaki. I don't know. I mean, thank you. I'm not good at accepting praise. I think if you sat Miyazaki down and said, "Hey, can you draw a character running or draw a character walking?" He'd be like, "Yeah, all right," and he'd just do it. Whereas if you sit me down and say, "Draw a character walking," you know, animate a character walking, like, no way. Walk cycles are so hard for me anyway. I find it way easier to animate intricate machinery, like with wires and circuits and things everywhere, than just the most basic human stuff. Whereas again, Miyazaki could do everything. Everything. What's it like, the new Photoshop? Aha, it's Angel, hello. I will do it, I promise. once I finish this film, I will do it. I was in the shower the other day thinking about the opening scenes for TIE Fighter Total Conversion. And I was like, I was thinking up scenes in my mind, like how can we make it really cool while still remaining true to the original opening. AMB's Real Animator Streams. What is that? No, definitely still on board. But yeah. Yeah, I've noticed on Twitter that you've been releasing a lot of like, you've got real-time lighting working in the cockpits, I noticed now, which looks really nice. For those in chat who don't know, this is Angel, who's doing the Total Conversion kind of remaster of TIE Fighter, the TIE Fighter game that I based my TIE Fighter animation on. So go and have a look at his channel and have a look at it if you haven't. It's good stuff. TIE Fighter was always one of my favourite games on the PC. Incredibly punishingly hard though. Incredibly hard. Mac is here! How did your trip to Kroger go? Was there a traffic jam inside the Kroger? Or, you know, I'm European, so I pronounce it crochet. No, I don't. Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know if it would be a whole project, but I would like to do, at some point, I would like to do like a fake opening to a What If Golden Axe anime, if one had been made in like the late 80s. So, you know, just like a 40-second thing. so it doesn't end up taking me 5 years. But the good thing with doing an opening or a fake opening is that you can literally have it Thundercats quality animation because it's only 40 seconds, so you can go absolutely just crazy with it. I think Death Equals Adder, as we call him around these parts, in 24 frames per second would be pretty nice. Oh, Kroger up in the prices, are they? Yeah, I had Golden Axe 2 on my Mega Drive. I remember not liking it as much as 1, but yeah, it's pretty good stuff though, 2. And then there was 3 that I don't think ever got released outside of Japan because it was just so completely different. Am I missing? No, I don't. I hate how chat like reverts to top chat. You want it on live chat, which is double checking. I do have it on live chat, so I'm not missing anything. I remember it was very polarizing, wasn't it? Golden Axe 3. The reviews were all over the place. Like, is this good or is this total trash? Like, we can't quite tell. Are you going to come onto the stream, Mackie? Do you want me to pull you in? Pull you into the call? Okay. One second, let me just... okay, there we go. Let me just do this, and then... we'll get Mackie in here to tell us about her adventures at Kroger and other exciting things. For those who are on Patreon, Mackie put together a very nice like production log thing of how far along exactly the project is, the current film. You can see everything marked in different colours from, you know, completed completely, as in, you know, totally edited and everything, all the way down to not even started kind of thing. But yeah, let's get Mackie in. Let me see. Can I still work OBS? So, we'll put this up for a second. I am gonna mute desktop audio, and I'm gonna mute myself and get Mackie in. So, see you in a few seconds, chat. Well, chat, we're back, and I have Mackie here with me. Hello, Mackie.
Greetings to the chat.
Let me turn the music down so they can hear you. So try saying something.
Hello, this is your friendly producer here.
think that's good. I think we're
Okay.
we're at about the same volume. So yeah, okay, good.
All right, sounds good.
Producer Mackie is here.
What have we talked about so far?
So far, we've talked about, has anybody seen the second Avatar film?
What was
And
the consensus?
a few people have seen the second Avatar film. But what was the consensus, chat? It was, from what I gathered, it was, yeah, it's alright.
Is it shit or lit?
Is it shit or lit? You decide.
Well, guys, I'll do my best. I don't have control features on my microphone, so bear with me.
Oh, okay. One moment. So I'll crank you up a bit. I'll put the music down a bit.
All right.
How's that, chat? I mean, I know I'm a bit too loud, but say something, Mackie. Say something.
Not lick the shit.
We're not,
Lit.
no, we're
or
not.
shit.
We're not gonna lick the shit. It's not the kind of stream this is.
This is a good Christian server. We don't do that here.
Mm-hmm. What's this? Hydraxius just subscribed. Very nice, thank you.
Welcome to the Horde.
Yes. Welcome to the Crimson Tide. So Mackie,
Yes.
what did you buy at Kroger?
Enough about me. Let's talk about you.
Enough about me, let's talk about James Cameron. So chat, I compiled a list of James Cameron's movies. We're going to go through the list and discuss. Are you ready? So, starting in 1982, we have the greatest movie ever made, Piranha 2: The Spawning. That's James Cameron's first movie. If you're not familiar with it, here's the trailer. Let's have a look.
A classic for sure.
Sleek, fierce, savage, deadly. The piranha. For centuries, nature's most ferocious killer. Until now,
Spoilers.
the new breed is here. Faster, more ferocious, and infinitely more deadly. Piranha 2.
It's tremendous jaw pressure. It's sure to clean me through bone in places.
It's here. It's alive. And it's multiplying.
We spliced in genes from different species to create the ultimate killer organism.
Why would you do
Lives
that?
in the depths of the sea, but it can strike anywhere.
I mean, they're flying. They're flying now.
A super breed of killer fish
Oh,
that can swim,
good.
fly, and attack at any time. They bred the ultimate killing machine. Now, you're not safe out of the water. Piranha 2, Flying Killers.
That's gonna have to go on the lit list.
I've not seen it. I haven't seen it, but I think that's going on the lit list, yes. The weird thing is, I have seen Piranha 1 like 20 times. I think we had it on VHS when I was a kid, and I used to watch it all the time. So anyway.
Well, I was gonna say, so how this all ties together is that because we're looking, the reviews that I have heard and seen on Avatar are weirdly the greatest special effects ever, the greatest budget ever, the greatest grossest film ever, but like you talk to people about it and everyone sounds really about it. And I'm like, how do you get from like, I felt like I noticed that each decade his movies differ like incredibly so. So looking at like what he started with to where he is, and I get it, it's like but like cool explosions and shit didn't stop for a while for him in the 80s. So what's the next movie he did after that?
Right, so that was 82, Piranha 2. 1984, his second film, The Terminator. Masterpiece. At least a 9 out of 10 for me. So then 1986, Aliens. Masterpiece. At least a 10 out of 10 from me. Let's say 9.5. 1989, The Abyss.
I never watched that. I have no idea what that is.
I really like The Abyss, but after Piranha, The Terminator, and Aliens, which, you know, blood everywhere kind of thing. I don't think there's any blood in The Abyss. It's much more of a family film, but I mean, it continued that trend of like really pushing special effects. They had stuff in The Abyss that had never been done, like CG stuff that had never been done before. It is good. It is very good, I think. I'd say an 8 or 9, maybe 8.5, let's say. And then 1991, so we've gone all the way through the 80s, we're now in 1991, we've got Terminator 2 Judgment Day. I mean, one of the greatest sequels of all time. It's got to be a 9 or a 10. So it's just been hit after hit so far. Except maybe for Piranha 2, Flying Killers.
Whoa, that's obviously a hit.
I mean, you've got, hello, I'm a new director. The Terminator, Aliens, The Abyss, and Terminator 2. Like, what the hell? The guy was obviously on a roll. Then 1994, we're into the 90s, True Lies. I haven't seen it for like 20 years, but I don't remember it being amazing. I remember it being fine.
Same. I remember it being fine, but I don't know if that's because there was a shit ton of Arnie films going on, and I don't know, I just don't remember that one so well.
Chat's saying substandard, it was alright. One person is really liking True Lies though, so I don't know.
Two people.
I think for me the problem with True Lies, and this isn't fair because I need to watch it again. I really need to watch it again before I really give any opinions on it. But you know, compared to Predator and stuff like that, I remember it being very, very tame. It was no Predator, it was no Running Man. But I mean, it does have some really good set pieces in it. I don't know. Anyway, True Lies was the first Cameron film I saw where I remember it thinking, yeah, that was alright. It wasn't Terminator 2, but it was okay, I guess.
Whoa. Okay, yes, Cameron was married to Catherine Bigelow. We saw like a how I don't know, what was it called again? It was on Netflix.
The movies that made us on Netflix. We watched the Aliens one, didn't we?
But like, you know, so what does it matter that he was married to her?
So what's this? Oh. Yeah,
I think she wrote all the other films that sucked or something.
I think as an 80s film, True Lies probably would have been more over the top and probably quite good. You see, I don't even remember the helicopter in the limousine, so I should probably watch it again before I start talking shit, to be honest. But
I would be down for that. We should watch it again.
We should. I'll watch it with you.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's True Lies 1994. 97, Titanic. And this I think is where we start getting into that I don't know how to describe it, because
what the fuck are you doing territory?
I guess what the fuck you, because I mean, obviously it's a massive success. It earns billions at the box office, and you know, teenage girls all over the world are saying it's the greatest love story ever made. But like, why? So he's gone from doing Terminator, Aliens, The Abyss, Terminator 2, True Lies, Piranha 2. It's all action, and you know, kind of. I don't know, visceral action as well. Now he's gone into a love story. He's doing a fairly bog standard love story that just happens to be set on the Titanic, so you have some of the best special effects of the time. I remember that. So I don't know. What do you think, chat, about Titanic? Did it leave an impression on you, or were you like me, where it's like, okay, I'm really not interested in if these two people hook up or not, because it's the Titanic, they're probably going to die at the end. And then I kind of liked the end just for the special effects kind of thing.
I don't even remember it as a thing. Like, I had mentioned, all I remember from it was all the girls around me going insane. I didn't understand what was going on. I was forced to watch it, and it got really irritating because then all the girls in my piano class kept trying to learn the stupid song and play it over and over and over. So, not much of an effect on me, but maybe I'm not the right target audience.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. So to me, Titanic feels a bit like Avatar, except the big difference is, like you say there, is that actually Avatar left like a lot of cultural impact. I remember seeing, like comedy skits and stuff taking the piss out of it and things like, and everyone, so many people are doing the stupid pose at the front of the boat and stuff, whereas with Avatar, like, everyone goes, whoa, these effects are amazing, what a great technical achievement, it wins all the technical awards, but story-wise nobody gives a shit, and nobody really seemed to care about the story at all, so it's strange.
I wonder if Avatar is like Titanic Redemption.
I don't know, because actually Avatar is the next film after Titanic 97, and he didn't do anything until 2009, which is Avatar.
Wait, where's Battle Angel on that list? Didn't he do that?
He was talking about it all through the 90s. It seemed like James Cameron was one of the few Hollywood directors who actually knew what anime was. And it wasn't super accessible when he was talking about it, so he was probably having to get fan subs. And he was talking about doing a Battle Angel Alita film like a lot, but I guess he couldn't get the funding or whatever, and then when he eventually kind of did, he was too busy on Avatar, I think, got Robert Rodriguez to direct it instead.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, it was fine. It was a lot better than, say, Cowboy Bebop or whatever. And yeah, it does have some very, very, I guess, impressive special effects, but I mean, it's all just CG, so I don't know. And the big eyes are weird. The big eyes are just weird to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alita was I mean, it's the classic thing, isn't it? It's like, well, we got to do all the exciting bits, so we'll condense it down. Like, the motorball stuff shouldn't even have been in it till the third film. I mean, obviously they were never going to get a third film, but they shouldn't even have done any of the motorball stuff until the third film, I don't think. They cut so much out and just fast forwarded to what they thought was the popular stuff, I guess.
It looks like, what is it? Shark Boy and Lava Girl. It looks like that type of movie to me. That
was Robert Rodriguez, wasn't it?
I think
so.
Oh shit! Because I would like the elements and the colors and the way it was presented. I was thinking of that, and it just
feels a bit Spy Kids at times.
Yes, exactly. That's what I mean. Oh shit! I had no idea. That was the same dude.
Alita was based on the manga Battle Angel Alita. Oh, that's what it's called over here. It's Gundam in Japan. Interesting story about Bound by the Wachowski brothers. I was at art school at the time. I was at art college in Lincoln. And because we were at an art college doing, film stuff, we could go to the cinema for free. We had like free passes to a bunch of stuff in Lincoln. And is this someone with 2 kanji for a name just subscribed? Thank you. Oh, anyway, so my pervert friends,
Oh dear.
who were like, there's this lesbian movie on, let's go and watch it. There's bound to be some hot lesbian action. And this was when was this? Like, yeah, it was the late 90s. Late 90s this would have been, I think. And so we went to see it, and there's one lesbian scene in it. But rather than being disappointed, we left going, that was actually a really good story, wasn't it? It's actually a really good film. It's like a really good kind of noir, I guess, noir crime thriller. But yeah, I remember really liking it, actually, bound for all the reasons I thought none of us would. It was a different time. I am very old.
I see a learning experience for us all.
Yes, a learning experience. It's a wholesome tale for you there.
Mm-hmm.
How I learned to stop objectifying women and enjoy good stories instead.
All right. Anyways.
Anyway, so we went from Titanic to Avatar, and obviously he's really invested in Avatar. Like, he just with I don't know how to explain it. Like, he obviously seems to feel like this is my life's calling. I'm gonna do Avatar films forever. And I'm not quite sure, from having seen Avatar, that might be the right call. I don't know.
Either he has way too much money,
Mm.
or I don't know. Because I'm like, who's funding this? But also, I don't know if chat can back me up, because I'll glance at drama, but I don't really get vested in it. And the creators of Avatar: The Last Airbender were kind of joking around, like, you know, we've got second movies about water. Hopefully he doesn't go through all the elements and make them rename their whole, their whole storyline and everything, because they had to rename Avatar to Last Airbender, supposedly because of James Cameron taking the Avatar name already. So we'll see. I mean, do they... Well, you didn't watch it, though.
I haven't seen it yet, no.
Yeah, okay. Because, yeah, I read something about it getting a little water bendy in the second one.
Oh, okay. The Way of Lava. But yeah, I don't know. So we got Avatar 2022. No, 2009. We got Avatar: The Way of Water 2022. 2024 Avatar 3, 2026 Avatar 4, and on and on. So
what was that working title he had about the seed?
The seed bearer, wasn't it? So, like something like that. And everyone on Twitter and various social media sites took the piss out of it so much that perhaps they'll change. Perhaps they'll change that name. I don't know.
Perhaps it will. In terms of Avatar the TV show, I mean, you have to have a certain mindset going in with it if you're not, like, younger, preteen, teen range. If you go in expecting stuff, I mean, yeah, I guess it's just a TV show. But I think part of the reason why people liked it so much was, they grew up with it. I mean, personally, I thought it was a really good story structure. After the original first show, though, I couldn't really get into it as much. But I think it deserves the praise that it has, and to be honest, it's not been the worst fandom or anything, so it hasn't spoiled it for me.
It hasn't been Homestuck or My Little Pony.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've never seen it, but I've heard people saying that it's basically the greatest thing ever.
What, My Little Pony?
I'm sure, but I mean Avatar. Yeah. So I don't know. I've been watching my trashy anime, just as my seasonal. Here's the 4th season of this show that wasn't that great to begin with, kind of stuff. just to, something to eat, something to watch whilst I eat, rather. I'm sure you can eat anime. And I had a point with this. I've totally forgotten it.
Well, what's the best thing you've been watching lately then, even if it's mid?
I mean, Spy Family's still entertaining. I like Spy Family. Yeah, Spy Family's pretty good.
Yeah, that's still going. That's good. I mean, I haven't watched it. It's not my... I don't know if it's just not my cup of tea, but I can see why people like it.
Yeah, it's pretty, it's wholesome and it's fun and it's quite well animated at times. But obviously there was we watched Chainsaw Man, and that was pretty good. I did like
that was pretty good.
Yeah, I did like Chainsaw Man. But now, of course, we have the pain of the anime watcher, where we have to wait like 2 years for second season or whatever. So that'll be fun.
Well, I mean, how was it in ye old day? Like, were they just pumping out the Dragon Ball, having like 600 episodes? Were they just pumping
Yeah, they just pumped it out. They just pumped it out.
Those poor animators.
I know. Well, they don't have it much better these days, I don't think. D1 Devastator got subbed. I'm sure I've seen it. Sorry, I haven't been keeping up on chat here. I was... Avatar 4, The Rocky Road.
Well, out of all those James Cameron movies we met, well, number one is, if you were doing cool stuff that you liked, but you got offered $1 gazillion to go do Titanic or whatever, would you do it?
No, I wouldn't, and I don't understand why. I don't understand why James Cameron would do Titanic. Like, at that point, he's done Piranha 2, obviously. He's done Terminator, Aliens, and The Abyss, so. And then Terminator 2, which was the highest grossing movie ever at that point, I think. So, obviously, he was like rolling in cash. So, I'm thinking either he was really interested in the story of Titanic, or being a kind of special effects tech wizard that he was, he saw the opportunity to really go for it with the special effects. I remember watching something like, because they were just like forcing it down our throats at the time, and the behind the scenes stuff, someone here in chat is correct that he was actually like really vested in the story. He was,
or in the history of the Titanic itself. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
so
I mean,
that makes sense.
Yeah, right? Good on him then. If it's something that he was actually interested in doing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, but then would you just fade into obscurity, but with all your self-respect, if that wasn't your thing, or? Yeah, I guess. I can't. It's hard. It's really hard to work on stuff you're not interested in, especially with animation, because, I mean, it takes so long. It takes so long, and to get anything done, you have to. I mean, I'm working 12 hours a day, and I can do that because I'm working for myself, and I'm working on a film that I'm interested in, but good luck getting me to work 12 hours a day on something I don't give a shit about. Yeah, well, to be honest, like, he gets full credit when people talk about it casually, but there's a whole studio of people that delegates and puts in the effort, and, maybe just does the main part of it and shows it to him, and he goes, yeah, okay, but he's not spending his whole day, I don't think, in the forefront.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think so.
Because, looking at the list here, Piranha 2 was the first film he directed, but, was it before that, or I think it was after that? No, maybe it was before that. Another film I used to watch a load as a kid, Battle Beyond the Stars, he did the miniature effects for Battle Beyond the Stars, which has some really, really good model ship effects and battles and stuff in it, and that was his stuff. So I'm guessing maybe he just, since he started with special effects, he's always been very interested in pushing special effects forward, I guess.
Oh, yes. I am not an expert by any means, so, I wouldn't know, but if I was in that position. I think it would be a tough one to do everything at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But then, okay, fine. So out of all of them, which one is the S tier? Which one is the best of the best?
Aliens? I'd say. What do you think, chat? Terminator, Aliens, The Abyss, Terminator 2, True Lies, Titanic, or Avatar? Like, which is the best? I think it's Aliens, but I could certainly understand people picking Terminator 2.
I'd pick Terminator 2. I'd pick Terminator, yeah.
Although, and it was always my favourite, Terminator 2. Although in recent years, in like the past 10 years, I think I like Terminator 1 better.
I could see that.
I mean, I think Terminator 2 is incredible. I think it's an incredible film. But yeah, I think I do prefer 2 though. 1 rather.
Mm-hmm. Well, have you ever considered hiring a team to help with animations if you had the option? If we had infinity money, I'm sure that would be a possibility.
Hell yeah! Like, I guess the thing that I'm really butthurt about, and I have a stick up my ass about, is I don't want it to feel like I'm just like overseeing a project. I want to feel like I'm doing everything, like I'm working on every scene, which obviously isn't viable when you're doing like a 2-hour movie or whatever. But I think if I did the keyframes for all the scenes, and if I coloured and shaded the keyframes for the scenes, and then got in-betweeners to help with all the other stuff, then I'd still feel like I did everything, like I was involved in every part of it or something like that. It's probably a really stupid way of thinking, I don't know, but yeah.
I mean, there's also it's like one thing is finding the right people, because you can have people that are technically savvy, but everyone has different personalities, or vice versa. People with great personalities, great work ethics, but maybe the style doesn't match, and then getting everyone a copy of the same program and then teaching everybody the program, and
yeah,
oof, it's like there's a lot of admin time that then takes away from actually doing the work.
I mean, we're talking going into running a studio at that point, kind of thing.
Yeah. But I mean, if all the elements came together harmoniously, I mean, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, just looking at it realistically, as long as there's just me and you animating, like, we're never going to get anything of substantial length done, which is fine.
Wow, great pep talk.
And no, you know, we're not going to pull a 2-hour movie out of our respective asses, though, are we? We're not gonna, or 2.5 Ghibli style Nazca movie. So, you know, realistically, if we ever want to get...
Chat, press D for Doomer, please.
But do we want to do massive movies, though? That's the thing. Or do we want to just do shorter animations where you can focus on really high animation quality?
Well, I let's look at it in a modern sense also. Programs like Blender are just changing the landscape entirely for what a small team can do.
Mm-hmm.
And even maybe right now, like nodes and all that stuff is really confusing, but other animation programs are just getting better and better at shortcutting processes and becoming more intuitive. So I think we can get there with the right training and the right mindset.
What we have an AI question here from Wayland. What do you think of AI art and dare I say it, AI animation? Are we seeing the demise of the digital artist? It's a good question. Voices of a Distant Star was made by like 2 people, I think. Mostly Shinkai, mostly Makoto Shinkai himself. So yeah. But yeah, like what do you think, Maki? Have you been keeping up with the whole AI art thing?
Oh, absolutely. I think AI prompter is going to be a valid position in the industry for the future. Like someone that just learns how to type things and gets the AI to put out the perfect picture with the right prompts. And I don't know if I don't know if it gets open source enough and like some coding in there too. I don't know. People are gonna try to do whatever they want to do. Like people try to do whatever they want now. Like we're really lucky we're in an age where the blurs between professional and at home, like you don't need to work for a big studio anymore to do something.
Yeah, there was no way we could be doing what we're doing now in the 80s, I don't think.
No.
There wasn't, you couldn't do animation from home. I mean, not on a Commodore 64 you couldn't. Exactly,
so it's just about doing things with the right intention, I think, in terms of making good art and understanding what good art is, I guess, depending on you, your audience, and if people vibe with it, they do, and if they don't, they don't, because whatever tools are available, everyone's going to try to make their own thing, whether for pure reasons or for, trying to get a concept out there to shop around just to get something on the resume. So I'm not worried about it.
I think what you said, was it yesterday when we were talking, was interesting, where you said that, if AI, because obviously AI art is, apart from it can't draw hands for shit, it's getting very, very convincing at doing landscapes, environments and stuff like that. So eventually it'll probably get to the point where it can just pump out animations. But if it does, then it'll be like how CG was when it was adopted into anime, when suddenly there are no hand-drawn cars anymore. All cars are CG now. There are no hand-drawn mechs anymore, really. Most of the mechs in Gundam shows, for instance, are CG now. And that just makes people crave the hand-animated stuff. It makes it more special, I guess.
Yeah.
So if AI becomes good enough that it's just, studios are just typing in some prompts and getting it to animate their shows for them, then that'll really suck, I think. But it'll also make shows done by actual people will seek those out, I think.
Oh, well, we'll always be adapting, because I can only imagine when computers were even an option for animation, everyone was freaking out like that's the end of the traditional animator. Yeah. There's always going to be something, but in the end, it's good or it's not.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm not worried. In the same way, like, draw fan art or don't have a career. No, you can still survive. It's fine. You don't have to follow the standard rules.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think we'll be all right, but I'm saying that from the point of view of an old man. Like, by the time AI gets good enough to do convincing, like really convincing animation, I'll probably be dead, so I'm fine. It's you younger people that have to worry about this stuff.
Well, I would spin it around that you're putting a good example that the ways of doing things, old school, you can still survive with it. Like, it's not like it's not what people want. So
and it becomes valuable because it's rare. We don't see 5 tones of shading in anime anymore. So people who like that kind of stuff follow artists that go for the 80s style. Like there's a few of them on Twitter that I follow that are really good, and I guess people follow me for animations in that style. So yeah, I think the more AI goes crazy, the more it will just kind of drive up the value of hand-drawn, hand-animated things done by actual people.
Sure. The other thing too is usually when there's like a trend in art or the use of art in video games and movie, it's because there's an industry standard. And eventually the industry standard is such a standard, people get bored, tired of it. So that's also a possibility too. Like, I know it's a mashup of images, and like you can specify what kind of images you want, but I wonder if there might be a standard that comes together to the point where instead of making unique pieces of art, everyone wants it to make art like one certain style, and then everyone just gets tired of it anyway.
I remember the Hyung Tae Kim everyone on DeviantArt was trying to paint like him. And now he's just disappeared. Where did he go? This guy was like everywhere, and it's like he never existed now. I wonder what he's doing. He made me quit art, that guy. I was so discouraged when I saw his work. And I was like, oh, it's okay. It's probably some 60-year-old Korean guy. No, he was like a 20-year-old Korean guy. He was like half my age. I was like, well, there's no point, and just gave up drawing for about 5 years. Until I got pulled back in.
Well, it might have been different back then too, because like sources were smaller, and so we all knew who that one artist was. But now there's so many artists online. Like, I don't know. There's so much. It's weird because there's so much art, but there's still so much demand.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the AI thing is definitely an interesting situation. I could see it going either way. I mean, you know, just as a rule, companies and people in general don't want to pay money and put effort in when you can get something really quickly for free or for cheap. So if companies are like, hey, AI is good enough to animate all our films for us now, screw artists, why should we pay them? I mean, why should they? They're soulless corporations, why would they? So, who knows? I hope not. I hope it doesn't go that way, but who knows?
Well, I mean, there's two factors in everything. Does it have a soul? Is it entertaining? They have to meet those two requirements, because it could be the best looking thing in the world, but if there's nothing behind it, it's not entertaining, doesn't make you feel anything, you can't connect to it. It's just a thing to look at. So again, I don't know. I've seen so many things be the next, will it kill drawing? Will it kill the artist? Blah, blah, blah. No, everything passes. Because everything's subjective.
I've never seen any of those. Like, this is the first thing I've seen where it looks like people are legit scared for their jobs and stuff.
I mean, it is scary that your work can be fed into an algorithm that then can try to mimic you. I mean, it's kind of like being replaced by a clone. You know, so that is scary, but also there has to be, at least you would think there have to be some laws around copyright to protect your property, because then why can't I just throw in all of Disney stuff and be like, make me artwork that looks like Disney, and then I go sell it.
People have been doing that recently to try and get Disney really pissed off so that they start suing.
A good plan.
Yeah, it's a fairly smart plan.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll have to see, I guess. Yeah, as soon as that's when we know it's over. When AI can suddenly do hands, we'll know.
Oh, I have some bad news for you, because they've been working on that.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Once it can do hands, that's when Skynet activates and becomes self-aware.
I mean, I think it's aware at this point to do less than 7 fingers per hand. Oh, when you see perfect feet by AI, that's it. All the people on OnlyFans that sell feet pics, it's over for them.
Absolutely, like the OnlyFans economy will collapse. I tell you. What
but
about,
also interestingly,
oh, sorry.
No, sorry, you go first.
I was going to say, what about AI porn? Is that a thing?
Yes, that's a thing.
That's a thing? So they feed in like millions of images of porn, I guess, and people just put in prompts and get photorealistic, like in any position they want kind of thing?
I think at this point, they don't really have to feed too much into it. Like, they'll take what they can get.
Oh. I see. It harvests everything.
Yep, perfect boobs. We're in the end times.
Mm-hmm. I think it can deal with boobs because there's generally just two. And they're a fairly simple shape. I say that, but it's hard to draw them. but not as hard as fingers, though.
Yeah, I guess.
I think luckily for artists, luckily for when you're drawing hands, you've got hands on the end of your arm generally, so you just look at your own, and that's what I do. Like, I'm not good at drawing hands. I just look at my own and just copy. And
don't worry, that's how a lot of artists do it, or at least learn how to. So
yeah,
you're
yeah.
on the right track.
So I mean that's fine, but I don't have boobs, so I can't just pose. I can't just pose and look at them, you know.
What are you talking about? You fill up 2 water balloons with chocolate pudding, and then tie a string to the end of those, swing it over your neck.
Why have you never told me these hacks? Why are you keeping this stuff to yourself?
I was worried, like, AI, you will take my place if you drop it.
I will.
Also, have you seen anything about the new Trigun?
My housemate is watching it. She's a huge fan of the original manga, and she likes the TV series, the 90s one. But she doesn't like that they changed it a lot from the manga.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard. But the new one, obviously, they've completely changed the look of the guy from the manga.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I don't like that.
I'm not a fan of just changing character designs completely.
If you're gonna change the character design, just take it and make a whole new story with new names, and keep the story. Just change all the elements. Don't taint this memory I have. Like, I mean, come on, these are characters that for us are like more than a decade old. It's like grabbing your grandma and being like, this is not grandma that you love and know anymore, and giving her like 18 piercings and now she says sus as fuck. Like, leave the things that I love alone.
Sounds like you're talking about that new Scooby-Doo show that everyone's
Oh, I'm not even gonna touch that.
No,
I'm
I'm
know
not.
It's bad.
Well, I don't think anyone needs to touch that at this point, because it just seems to be universally everyone hates it, which is rare, very rare. Normally, because everything's so polarized these days, someone will claim something and go, no, it's good actually, but everyone just seems to think it's crap. So,
well, HBO or whoever's producing it is claiming it's good because they've already started on a second season.
of course,
so.
yeah. Whilst Netflix is cancelling all the good shows,
Yeah.
I guess HBO are like, what's our worst show? What's our lowest rated show? We'll have more of that. A sound business decision.
Yup. I mean, we're mostly talking about Inside Job then, right? In terms of them canceling stuff? Or
Yeah.
Did you...
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I liked Inside Job, actually. I quite enjoyed it, but I don't know if that's because it was actually good or if it's because of the context that when I watch it at Christmas when I go on holiday, kind of thing.
No, I think Inside Job is a legit good show. It's like if I had a cauldron and I threw in a Futurama dynamic with a little bit of a Gravity Falls dynamic with a little bit of Rick and Morty.
See, I haven't seen any of these Zoomer shows, so...
Well, I think it's a very solid show, and I can't talk about the ending with anyone because no one's finished it. So, but it's one of the surprise watches I've had in a long time where I'm like, oh, this is actually pretty good, and I kept going and going and going.
Can't believe I got you to watch Inside Job.
I know, when I first saw it, I was like, what is this trash on my Netflix recommended? Disgusting. And I take it all back.
Ah, yeah. I've heard about this conspiracy theory that some people think that the Velma show is so bad that it can't possibly be by accident. That it's actually like a right wing psyop to like make leftists look bad or something. I don't know.
Dude, I wouldn't even say that. From the marketing that I've seen on so many different movies and even in the beauty community. Look, I don't watch a lot of beauty stuff, okay? I just get curious sometimes if there's any good makeup. But holy shit, everything is getting huge metrics because people hate watch it.
Yeah. I mean, it is a new market, hate watching. As long as you watch, it doesn't matter if you like or not. They get the numbers.
No, and it's
outrage
so
advertising, yeah.
It's so predictable because then everyone's outraged, and then someone else from a different company or might position themselves to be like, hey, this is shit, I'm gonna call it out publicly. And it's like, it reminds me of that episode of Futurama where they had the Married with Children thing with people like cheering and jeering in the background every time someone said something.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, the way people are like totally feeding into it has been a little bit concerned, because it's like, come on guys, you're getting played a bit. But if that's what you want the stakes of your life to be about, then I guess.
Well, I mean, you and me fall into it as well, though. We fall prey to it. Like,
LOL, no.
Yeah, you and me get butthurt by
LOL,
stuff.
no.
Yeah, we do.
No.
I think it's just human nature, and I think companies have figured this out. That here's our new game. Shall we do an advert that says, here's our new game, it's really good, you should play it, you'll enjoy it? Or should the advert for our new game be, if you don't play this game, you're a racist? Or like, if you do play this game, then I don't know, just like, let's make people really mad. Let's make people really mad, because people don't care about
No, that's so last year. What they're doing now is that you'll post something and have like a very obvious typo, and then everyone gets to like passionately have like hate porn against you, because now everyone can call you out for making a typo and how stupid you are. But actually it's getting you like a shit ton of views to whatever the product actually is.
Yeah,
that's what you have to do. It's like marketing's on like this weird slide between bimbofication and the rage porn. But I don't know. I study these things, so that's why I'm like, no, I don't fall for any of it. I would know better. I don't know.
How long have we been? We've been going for an hour and a quarter. Should we do a coffee break?
We can.
What do you think, chat? Do you want a coffee break?
Yes, chat. Do you want some hot beans?
Do you want some bean juice? Hot bean juice. I think chat is thinking maybe a coffee break might be an idea. Oh, Coke break. I wish I had some Coke. Coca-Cola, to be specific. Just, for the YouTube algorithm. Winners don't do drugs. Okay, coffee break. I will see you, chat, back here in a few minutes. I'll see you back here as well, Mackie, in a few minutes.
Indeed.
You've got a fancy coffee machine. You should go and get yourself one of those caramel flavoured ones.
Perhaps once I finish my can of Coke that you have left at my abode.
I want some Coke. I don't have any Coke in the house. Anyway, I'll see you back here in a moment.
All right.
A very special cup of coffee. A new standard in richness. A new standard in pureness. Blended together to give a new standard in smooth. The Gold Blend Standard. Only from Nescafe.
It's only memories of Earth and the rich smell of this coffee that keeps my spirits up. Coffee. At least we'll reach our destination soon. Coffee. you make a fine cup of coffee. You've made my day.
Are you taking your coffee break now, Alan?
Yeah, that's right. You want some coffee? And I had to go make coffee for two. Hurry up, would you? My coffee's starting to cool off. Coffee, my salvation from my day-to-day drudgery. Coffee. A little bitter, but still an excellent blend.
Boy, you should switch to decaf.
Hello. I'm sorry to bother you, but I'm having a dinner party and I've run out of coffee.
Come in.
Thank you.
Will Gold Blend be too good for your guests?
Oh, I think they could get used to it.
It's a very sophisticated coffee.
They have very sophisticated taste.
Do they?
Yes. Well, I must be getting back.
Now, golden roasted, richer, smoother, Nescafe Gold Blend.
Have you met your new neighbor yet? Oh, I've popped in for coffee.
Come on, Dad. You're playing Vicky, not Andre Agassi.
Don't be so sure.
Agassi.
Hi, call me Andre.
Nescafe, Andre?
You bet. Nescafe sure is coffee at its best. That's the best thing served to me all week. Who's up for doubles?
Yeah! The best days are Nescafe days.
今結構忙しいんだろ？そういえば例の歌の歌詞はでき…
私はあなたが好き。
Days looking new and bright, and you're gonna start it right. Folger's starting to brew, the aroma's calling you. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Mornings are brighter with mountain-grown Folgers because mountain-grown coffee has more enticing aroma than any other kind.
The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Please enjoy this footage of velvety smooth beams, followed by a well-shot close-up of a hot brown liquid that's brewed by mixing heated water.
All over the world, the word for great coffee flavor is Nescafe.
We're the world's favorite brand of instant coffees.
In America, Nescafe's great flavor comes two ways.
We're the world's best-selling too.
Nescafe Regular in the red label.
If Nescafe can please the whole wide world.
And now Nescafe Decaffeinated in the green label.
We can sure please you.
Same kind of flavor. Nescafe Regular, Nescafe Decaffeinated. What's your pleasure?
お嬢さん方を応接室に。
はい。
美味しいコーヒーを入れましょうかね。美味しいコーヒーができましたよ。
I only showed you that to remind you you desperately need your fix.
男の温度が上がった。飲んで飲んでまた飲みたい。缶入りコーヒーウエスト。
Go West.
いつもそばにいてね。
ボス、私のそばにいてね。ボス、決して私見捨てないでお願い。Boss, I can't live without you. Boss, I can't live without you. Boss, いつもそばにいてね。Boss, 私のそばにいてね。Boss, 決して私見捨てないでお願い。Boss, I
you. Boss, I can't live without you.
A very special cup of coffee, a new standard in richness, a new standard in pureness, blended together to give a new standard in smooth. The Gold Blend standard, only from Nescafe.
It's only memories of Earth and the rich smell of this coffee that keeps my spirits up. Coffee. At least we'll reach our destination soon. Coffee. You make a fine cup of coffee. You've made my day.
Are you taking your coffee break now, Alan?
Yeah, that's right. You want some? Coffee. And I had to go make coffee for two. Hurry up, would you? My coffee's starting to cool off.
We're back. Welcome back. Are you back, Mackie?
I am present.
So am I, with a steaming hot cup of joe. It's not Nescafe, it's Kenko today. Sanatica is going to admit something. I'm just going to stare at chat and see what it is. You didn't get a coffee. I misread that. I was like, he doesn't understand the concept of coffee?
So coffee and trousers confirmed.
Good. That's fine. That's absolutely fine.
Also, a question.
Uh-huh.
How familiar are you with, like, the Shonen Jump manga landscape?
Not really. I guess One Piece is still the most popular thing ever made, or whatever.
There was a question about, I mean, it's a very broad range of, like, why possibly, but your opinion was asked about why manga follows such, like, predictable tropes, I guess.
Oh, well, I was thinking about that earlier when I was talking about the trash, the kind of trashy stuff that I watch whilst I'm eating. And it's so predictable. It is just so predictable, a lot of it.
Do you think people like it that way? At least, like, I don't know who their target audience is anymore, because anime, especially, I think, has realized that they have such a broad audience in countries like France and the US. So the question is, like, are they just going to keep making things for their viewers in Japan, or are they going to change their tone to try to appeal to a broader audience?
I don't even know if it's they like it that way, so they're going to keep doing it, because you've got stuff like Chainsaw Man that doesn't have any of that. Any of that, you know, the generic stuff I'm talking about, where it's all like, oh, the power of friendship, and there's no way we can possibly beat this boss in the dungeon, but because we're all friends and we believe in friendship, then we definitely can. And everyone like gasping all the time. Like, I fucking hate people gasping. It's really starting to get old. It's really starting to get on my nerves. And they always wait to do it until the person's finished their whole speech. Like, normally if someone says something shocking and someone gasps, they're going to do it after they say the shocking word. But like in these really generic shows, they wait until someone said their entire paragraph and then go at the end. I don't know, it pisses me off. As a highbrow writer of such in-depth, you know, masterpieces as TIE Fighter, it pisses me off.
Well, I was also curious, because in the past few years, I mean, I don't know if it's because of the internet and it's easier to find now, but even Shonen Jump has started putting their contests in English and trying to find more international artists. And I heard that part of it was because a lot of the stories that they're being submitted have become really bland, really predictable.
There's only so many tournament arcs you can do, aren't there?
Yeah.
But I mean, I was gonna say though, like, we watched Chainsaw Man, and that didn't really have any of that stuff in. Not really. I don't remember. Not.
No, but that doesn't really count as like a typical show.
No, it doesn't.
Anime, right?
It doesn't, but it's like super popular. So I'm wondering if.
That's what I meant earlier with the whole AI art thing. It's like it has to be good, because if it's not good, like who cares? You know? And I think that's why that story stands out, is because everything that is expected, it does the opposite. Like it's a little bit, I find it a little bit parallel to One Punch Man.
Yeah.
Where there's not this big build up, it's just he comes in and he kicks ass, and you're just shocked that he kicked ass so heavily and easily.
And then he goes shopping for discount.
For discount meats.
Yeah, discount meats.
Yeah.
So I think people are coming up with, original things, and it's going to get to the point where these very generic shows, people just won't really. I mean, there'll always be people who like it, but the general audience will probably shift their tastes. Like, in the 80s, American weekly TV was the A-Team and stuff like that. It's like there can't actually be any changes, any character. Star Trek, A-Team, stuff like that, where long form storytelling wasn't really a thing, and the stakes, if anything happens in the episode, it has to be reset for the next episode. Whereas now that's seen as totally outdated, and everything is long form storytelling in Western TV now. Like the characters change and have arcs and stuff like that. And going back to the A-Team would be seen as like a massive step backwards. And I think maybe it's time for the tournament arc kind of thing might go the same way. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it's possible. Well, the other concern is like I don't know many series in anime where they redo something that happened, like something that was published already, like with Berserk, with Bastard, with Trigun now. So I'm wondering if is it just a cash grab? Is it that they have nothing better to invest money into?
I'm not sure. I don't know. And obviously you don't. Japan is quite famous for not talking about internal industry stuff. So, it's quite common for someone in the West, someone just goes on Twitter and goes like, "Hey, I was the animation director for this show, and it was a complete shit show." Like you're generally not gonna see that coming out of Japanese studios. Like it's kind of seen as really, really poor taste to talk shit, especially when you're under an NDA, I guess.
Yep.
So who knows? I don't know.
I wonder if that's a cultural thing, like they're about the group instead of the individual, so that's seen as going against the group, or not crediting the rest of the group.
Yeah, because even a terrible show, like say like Cowboy Bebop wasn't great. I'm going to be charitable and say it wasn't great. Okay.
What are you talking about? The live action?
The live action one, yeah.
Okay, you need to clarify because some people are going to have an aneurysm.
Okay. I'm going to be charitable and say it wasn't great. But, like, a load of people probably put a load of effort into building the sets and doing the music and, the costume design and all that kind of stuff. So just because the writing was terrible and the characters were butchered, like, yeah. You know what I mean? I don't know what I mean. I don't know how to put... This is why I'd be terrible in a debate. Like, I'd just get steamrolled in a debate because I cannot articulate my points. I know exactly what I'm thinking, but I can't put it into words.
I think we understand.
Yeah. I think people get it.
Well, the good thing about anime is that we'll never have the debate about the whole subtitle thing because it's always translated. That's in reference. Vox put out... I don't trust Vox all the time because sometimes I think they exaggerate certain things. I've seen some reports they've done on like music, the origin of certain genres of music, and I was like, that's not accurate. Anyway, but they did a really interesting one that Oda King linked me about subtitles and the need for subtitles in English movies. We can't hear shit.
And I thought it was because my hearing is notoriously terrible, and I watch everything with subtitles, and it drives my family crazy when I go home because we're just watching stuff in English and I need the subtitles on. And I thought, you know, it's just me because my hearing's shit, but no, apparently everyone's watching stuff with subtitles because of the way that movies are mixed for specific cinemas, which means
they're
that
mixed for cinemas that have like 16 channel audio versus 2 or 1 at home.
So it just sounds muffled, and you end up putting the subtitles on because you can't hear what the people are saying.
It's like acting in streaming services at home is the new mumble rap. You don't understand shit anyone is saying anymore. I also read it's because there used to be a certification that you needed before when you were an actor. They wanted to make sure that you were really good at enunciation and had certain training, or else it would cost a lot of money to redo takes compared to now. So no one needs that certification, and I read some reports that actors have been complaining, like old school actors have been complaining that it just seems really unprofessional to them that people try to do the whole naturalism thing, but you can't really understand what they're saying.
Yeah, just mumble every scene.
Yeah. Also, really quick, the Street Fighter animation is on back burner. We've talked about this a couple of times in the past streams. We're finishing Project Monday right now, and it's just mostly Oda King working on it. So please be patient. Please be patient. He's doing his best.
That's very kind of you to say.
Yeah, but everything's on a back burner, and I'm very adamant that we finish it. So that will be happening. No, it's not canceled. We would announce it if it was canceled. I would not do that to you guys.
Yeah, well, also we've literally got all of the voice acting done for the Street Fighter thing. So
yeah, we have all the voice acting.
It would just be a massive waste. It would just be a huge waste to just cancel it. Like, yeah, I mean, we've hardly got anything done on it though, have we? We've just got the scenes that we put up.
I mean, they're very well done scenes.
Yeah, but it's like maybe 5% of the film. So it's going to be a lot of work to finish it, but I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy to finish it.
We ended up working on this because this was supposed to be shorter than the Street Fighter
Exactly.
film.
Yeah.
And this ended up being almost like the prototype on how to build a pipeline, how to organize everything. Because then we're taking everything we're learning from this project to go back to Street Fighter, so we can do it extra efficiently. Because I think also it's just once you have fighting scenes, it becomes a different ball game of keeping track of everything.
Continuity is
yeah.
Because with Street Fighter, one of the things that I want to do is destroy everything, like add lots of scenery destruction and, you know, battle damage to people's clothes and stuff like that. So continuity, you just have to have a handle on the continuity. But like, why is her shirt ripped in one scene and now it's the next scene and it's fine again, kind of stuff. Yeah, people will notice that.
So we're putting on our trainer Pampers, so when we get to Street Fighter, we'll have our big boy pants.
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely for Street Fighter fans, probably a bit pissed that it got postponed for this thing randomly out of nowhere. But it is going to be better because we did this one first. Like, I think we've learned so much about... Just because with Street Fighter, I wrote the script and I'm like, okay, I'll just pick a scene that I want to animate today and I'll animate that scene. Whereas that's not what you do in a professional studio setting. You don't go about things that way. You have to be a bit more structured. And this has been very structured, this project.
I think definitely this project has had a lot more like pre-production planning to it.
Oh yeah.
Because that was my worry when I saw the Street Fighter stuff. But yeah, this was supposed to be shorter, but it's evolved into a thing. I mean, it's a thing I'm very proud of.
I mean, I think it's the best thing I've done. I think.
But just like we're putting the effort into this, anything we do, like definitely both of us agree, it has to be quality over quantity.
That's why, you know, I've gotten a few job offers before, and I'm like, yeah, but I really want to put like 200% into whatever I do, and that's hard to do when it's just something you've been hired to do that you don't really care about, kind of thing.
Sure.
Like I was really happy to do the Taito poster for Rayforce because I love Taito games. Like I never thought in a million years that when I was playing in the arcades in the 80s and 90s that I'd have official artwork on a Taito game in the future. I was like, that's not even possible. So I didn't even think about things like that. But now I have done, and I was like, well, yeah, I'll drop everything to do a poster for Taito. And I mean, luckily it's just a poster, so it's not a whole animation. It's just one image.
Well, that's you know, that's part of being your own artist and doing things in the appropriate time. Like, you do them well enough and a good thing comes your way, you know? I'd rather have that than rush out work and then everyone thinks maybe I'm not so good at what I do. But, I mean, I'm sure you guys understand. What's something that you want to do well without rushing? I'd say pooping. Very important.
Let's go back to chat a bit here. It is absolutely okay to donate something via PayPal if you want. Thank you very much.
Also, do you know any good resources for TVPaint? Onion Skin was a pretty good channel for that. And you used to work with that guy, right?
Colin, yeah. I think Colin has some TVPaint stuff up there,
Yeah. Definitely check him out on YouTube. He has some really easy to follow tutorials.
I don't know about... So redubbing lines was something actors used to do as a last resort, and now they do it commonly, ? I don't know about all studios, but I mean, anyone familiar with the whole Rogue One thing? Where the trailer for Rogue One had scenes in it that weren't in the final film. And everything was changed around, and it just seems like they did 20 takes for every scene and just picked whatever felt best at the end, which is a really weird way of doing a film. But it's also really strange because that's probably the best thing, that's the best Disney Star Wars thing they've done. So I mean, obviously something went right somewhere. I don't know, it confuses me, Rogue One. It confuses me a bit. What's this about Taito? It was a someone got in touch with me and was like putting out a Rayforce collection. It's 3 vertical shooting games from the arcades by Taito, and asked if I wanted to do some artwork for it, and I was like, yeah. Okay. No, I've never played Rayforce, so I had to do some research. But yeah, it turned out okay. Hold on a sec, actually. I'll show you the poster. Let me just find it here.
It was a collaboration between Taito and, was it Strictly Games?
I think it was Strictly Limited Games, was it? Yeah, not Limited Run, Strictly Limited. And I think it was Limited Run that got into a bit of trouble recently, didn't they? Is this it? Yeah, there it is. But where did it go? Okay, so it looks like that. So it's a bit tricky because obviously it was going on all formats, and the resolution for a Nintendo Switch cover is completely different to a PlayStation 5 cover, etc, etc. So I had to do it in such a way that you could shrink it down and cut bits off, kind of thing. But I think this one is the most it's the most detail I've ever put on spaceships. Because I figured if there's any time to really go all in on the detail, it's probably now. So I watched Project Echo again, and that's all you need, really. That's all you need. Project Echo and Macross, Do You Remember Love? That's all you need for spaceship details. We had a variant with the pilot as well. Ended up going for the one without the pilot. I think it's better without the pilot, actually. But yeah, so there you go. And the there's the rough if you want it. I like the engine glow on the rough, but it ended up being so distracting that I had to tone it down for the finished one, and I added a couple of alternate angles. Obviously, I love this cover for Burning Force, and so I was like, yeah, I want something like that with like the jets coming out of the engines from behind, that kind of thing. So yeah, the different resolutions kind of tricky. But yes, there's some Ray Force. Would you try to paint the materials in 3D by hand so you don't have to do it frame by frame later? No, I know what you mean. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that in 3D. I know you can do it, and I've seen people having good results with it. But I think I might feel like I was cheating, so I kind of like to put the details in myself. Kind of. What's my favourite video game ship design? I don't know. It's probably the R9 from R-Type. Probably. I like the Sylpheed from Sylpheed as well. This is the kind of talk that Mackie loves when we get into the nerdy shit.
Go ahead, nerd away.
What's your favourite ship design, Mackie?
I'm not qualified to give an answer. I'm more into things involving ass kicking and boobs and butts.
What's your favourite character design of all time from a video game? And this is
me?
Yes, and this is one for chat as well. Favourite character design. It can be a fighting game, it could be any game.
Oh.
And it can't just be because it's a character you like. It's got to be because you really like the artwork and the design of it. Einhander, good choice. Yeah.
That would have to be a multifaceted answer for me, because there's different things that make different, like, really well done character designs. But you were asked how fast you animate.
We worked that out at one point, didn't we?
How long does it take you to finish your animation? And I think we worked out without pre-production. So that means without looking up references or learning programs or whatever it is. Without any of that, I think we estimated that 1 full minute of animation takes you 1 month.
Sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously,
so that's why
it can vary, but yeah.
Yeah, it can vary, but at least the average test that we did, if you don't have like a huge flowy setup going on, I think it's about 1 full minute of finished animation. Can be a whole month. Yeah.
But that's if you're just jumping into animation. Like obviously for R-Type and for this, I had to build a lot of 3D sets and stuff like that. So that would eat into that time as well. Ikaruga has some good ships. Oh, the Odyssey from Ulysses 31. Yeah, I loved that ship when I was a kid. I liked that it was so big. Like, I don't understand why more things don't do this. Like, it's animation, so you can do things any size you want. So why not have a ship that's like 50 miles long? Why not? It doesn't take you any longer to draw it. I like that the Odyssey was just huge. Huge. Guyver is a good answer. Guyver 2 was always my favourite. Oh, Guyver 3, sorry. Guyver 2 is a bit messed up. Castlevania. I've been watching this, like, I think it's like 7-hour YouTube video retrospective on every single Castlevania game ever.
Shaking my head, fam.
Oh, it's interesting. It's interesting stuff. Like, if you're animating, like, to have on in the background. I've totally forgotten the guy's name though, but it's a good video. Just put in like Castlevania retrospective on YouTube and find the one that's over 5 hours long, and that'll be it. So anyway, Maggie, favorite character design?
You know, I can't think of it as character. I think of it as video game.
Okay.
But it's difficult because, all right, let's narrow it down. You know, I'm going to say something Street Fighter.
I was thinking it's going to be Street Fighter or kind of, you know, Vampire Hunter or something. It's something Capcom.
That's such a good one too. Ooh.
It's going to be a Capcom, and it's probably going to be a Bengus.
Yes, Yes, it is, because I was going to choose between Darkstalkers and Street Fighter Alpha.
Mm-hmm.
Those are some solid rival schools, also great character designs, like super memorable.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it would have to be between Darkstalker. I don't know, it's the roster. It's just, it looks so good together, and there's so many different elements that work well. So if I had to pick one character though, but it's favoritism, it would have to be Chun-Li, because she has a more elaborate design. Even in Street Fighter 2, she has a more elaborate design than like Ryu and Ken, but it works so well. It's timeless. They fucked it up now, but it was timeless.
Here we go. We've got it started. Here we go.
And that's where I'll leave it. I don't know if the chat agrees or if the chat plays fighting games.
Even if you don't play fighting games though, chat. Because I don't really play fighting games because I'm terrible at them. But, you know, obviously I follow Street Fighter even now. And I must say, Street Fighter, it's 6, isn't it? Street Fighter 6. The character designs do look kind of bland to me. They look over-designed, and everyone kind of looks like a mixed martial arts fighter rather than, like, the whole point is it's meant to be a lot of different looking people from around the world, surely. I don't know.
Well, also great. SNK had some super solid character designs also.
Yeah. SNK, I always liked I always liked some from SNK, but not all. Whereas with Capcom, it was generally like I'm gonna like every character they design.
Yeah, that's on point. Definitely, I agree with that.
Like the ones that I like, you know, Rugal and Iori looks really good, and obviously Mai and K, not K-Dash, Chrysalid from one of the later ones, the boss. Chrysalid looked really good as well.
Oh, and who can forget Karnov?
Who can forget Karnov?
I mean, it really was like, what a great era when Capcom versus SNK 2 came out. It was like the best looking bits of everything all together, and that's a game that had CG elements in the background, and it just made it so fun. Soundtrack was fantastic. Great memories.
Yeah, Shinkiro, that was a real head fuck. Seeing Shinkiro draw a Street Fighter character, so I was like, wow, this is like if I saw Mario shaking Sonic's hand, and then that kind of stuff happens as well. So it's like, well, okay, I guess we're living in a weird timeline now.
Oh, I love this question regarding fighting games. How you made the Power Pharaoh trailer. Is there any chance to get a high-res version or even used sprites from the characters.
Oh, and unfortunately that was like 3 computers back, and so when the computers die, everything on the computers goes with them. And yeah, it's a shame I spent so long on that, but all that exists is the video now. Like, all the sprites and everything are all just dead in a landfill somewhere.
I still have the moveset. I did that was really fun when I first saw that. And the characters are supposed to be you and me in there, and I was really honored because you made me you let me design my own like special move.
Of course.
And character and my really ridiculous move names at the time.
You can't just assign special moves to people.
So if anybody wants to watch a blast from the past, Power Pharaoh on Oda King's YouTube channel, and you did the music yourself, didn't you?
I did. Zach taught me. Zach, who did the music for TIE Fighter, taught me how to use what's it called? It's a tracker program, Mad Tracker, and so it's not very good because it's like one of my first attempts at doing music.
It's a catchy ass tune. It's a great song. I don't know what he's talking about.
And yeah, I put together a little tune. Yeah, I don't know. It was fun.
Yeah,
it was fun.
That was very cool. That was very cool when I first saw it. And then he animated me riding a worm.
I did animate you riding a worm. It's like it's such blatant. Like, I'm trying to chance my arm, though, isn't it?
Well, it worked.
That kind of thing, like, yeah, I wouldn't dare try something like that these days.
You know, I like FL Studio also, but I don't understand it. Everything is hidden, and I've been wanting to make music for like 2 decades, and every time I open Fruity Loops, I have a very difficult time.
Not Matt Tracker from Mask, Mad Tracker, the program. Because me and Zach were in a band at the time called Sandpit Pharaoh. And so I was, obviously I can't play any instruments, but I was trying to write music, and if I did it in the tracker, like drums on this track, crap MIDI sounding guitar on this track, then someone can then transcribe that to Guitar Pro or something like that, and we could actually do some songs out of it, kind of thing. But we never, sadly our band never got that far. And a good job too, or I'd probably be singing instead of animating. And the good thing about animating is that you can do that well into your 80s and 90s, whereas singing, your voice just dies, and you can't sing any of your old songs anymore. So I think,
well, that, and if you start when you're young, your face gets saggy. You can't wear tight pants without looking like a dumbass now. Times change.
It makes me sad when I see my favourite 80s singers and their faces have caved in, and I'm not going to name any names because these are people that I like, and I mean they're never going to watch the stream, obviously, but you never know, do you?
It'll come for us all.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Also, a question. I don't know if you know Kino Nishimura, if they're still doing Capcom work. They stopped doing Capcom work in 2008, but they've been working on some other video game artwork that looks good anyway, so I would still check him out.
What was his, he had a pen name, didn't he?
I don't know. I always knew them under that one name.
Right.
But one of my favorite artists for sure. Akiman is still going.
Akiman's still going, yeah.
I stalk him on Instagram and Twitter and everything. Senpai won't acknowledge me.
He'll never acknowledge you.
One day. Also, the Rolling Stones have made some weird pact with the devil, because how the hell are they still going?
I think they're zombies, aren't they?
I don't. Well, one of them still. Who's the guy? Is it something? I can't remember right now. But he keeps having babies, and it's like
He keeps
Your
having
child
babies.
Will be doing homework next to your urn. It's a little too late to be having children.
Exactly. Well, I mean that's what I thought. Like if I had kids now at age 45, when my kid Paul II Torrance Johnson is age 10, I'll be 55. When they're 20, I'll be 65. When they're 30, I'll be 75. Like, there's no point, is there? Also, who could afford kids these days?
Well, yeah, now it's a luxury, but either way, I'd be saying I'm getting too old for this shit nonstop, because what the hell?
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Don't worry, I'll try not to inflict children on you.
Thanks.
I won't come back from Kroger and say, here you go, I picked up a kid at Kroger for you to raise.
Oh, good question. Kids or carton of eggs? I mean, eggs are a little more useful, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the little chicks are cute as well, whereas kids aren't.
I mean, I was even thinking about buying some quail, some chicken. I need to save some money, but I had a friend that grew up in upstate New York on a farm and stuff, and she said chickens are the worst, that they're called fowl for a reason, and to stay far, far away. Also, my Japanese teacher in high school had a chicken as a guard dog, a rooster rather.
Wow.
So they're kind of fierce. I need something a little bit more cuddly.
Those tiny quail, I don't think they could peck you to death, could they?
No, they're harmless and tiny. I could squish them in an instant. I would not dominate.
Mackie has 3 very violent cats, so it could be interesting.
We'll see. But you're not going through that, like egg prices being insane and stuff, right?
I mean, they're more expensive than they were, but I haven't looked recently.
If you haven't noticed, it's not that bad for you.
Whenever I go to Asda and get my regular some ham and some cheese and bread for sandwiches, like it's been going up. It's been going up a lot though. I think it's about £10 now.
Oh.
Just for like 3 items.
Oh.
But I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, starve to death? You just...
No. Yo, I'm homestead and I'm looking up how to make my own cheese. The ham, I don't know. I'll have to, do some squirrel hunting or something. But otherwise, yeah, I'm not sure. I want to give in to the egg and ham cartel. Yeah, chickens are bloodthirsty. I've been doing some research, and there are farmers that said that they fed their chicken live prey a couple of times, and after that, the chickens refused to eat, feed, or anything like that was cooked up. No, they wanted the live prey.
They got a taste for blood.
Yeah, they still have that dinosaur gene going on. I don't want to fuck with that. What? Meal deal, £3.50. Disgusting. I can't believe what I'm reading.
I judge price increases by how much cans of Coke are. And, every stream I do, I say that when I was a kid, Coke was 22 pence a can. And now it's 90 pence for a can. That's an insane increase in price.
Well, there are channels dedicated on YouTube to trying to reverse engineer how to make your own Coke.
Well, he did it in Dr. Stone, didn't he?
Oh, well, he did. I think someone also did a video about that recipe, trying it and tasting it. And they said it wasn't the same, but I mean, like, it was still good. It wasn't quite the same.
I imagine, thousands of years without a taste of Coke, you take what you can get, though.
True. Oh man, I have been snooping when I'm doing my chicken research. Sorry, I'm responding to chat. So I have watched videos of farmers that said that they haven't had their chickens lay eggs since like July, September, and they switched the feed, and then they started laying eggs again. So I don't know. I don't trust the feed. And yeah, so I agree. It's probably not good. I think Purina owns both of the main brands of chicken feed, but they third party the feed to a different company, so who knows what the fuck is in that.
Have you considered getting your feed from Chuck's Seed and Feed?
No, I have not.
It's Sneed's Seed and Feed now, but it used to be Chuck's. Sorry, that was a high level meme. Speaking of animation, which we weren't, but we are now.
We are now.
I didn't want to tell you because I felt very embarrassed. I watched all of the Harley Quinn animated show.
Oh, clutching my pearls.
It's funny sometimes. It is funny sometimes. I don't even read the comics. I don't read DC. I don't read any comics. I don't even read manga these days. So I'm not sure why I was watching that. I guess it was just something I'd run out of trash anime to watch, and it was something to watch whilst I was eating. But I'm sorry, chat. I watched the Harley Quinn show.
So I have no idea about it. Like, is it animated like the 1994 Batman animation style?
No, much worse. Worse? Yeah. Oh. It's your typical kind of. It obviously didn't have very much budget for this kind of animation that you see on a lot of Western things.
Was Daddy gonna freak? Was that the tagline?
He's quite funny. The Joker is quite funny in it, but I mean it's absurdist and takes the piss out of itself is the thing. So, like Bane talks like the Bane in the movie, you know, with the plane scene.
Yeah.
He just talks like that the whole time, and everyone just takes the piss out of him. So it can be funny at times. For you.
Have you watched Heavy Metal?
I think most people. I've seen it once because before TIE Fighter actually. Yeah, I watched it before TIE Fighter, and when I released TIE Fighter, at least 99% of the comments for TIE Fighter are, "This reminds me of Heavy Metal." So I should watch it again sometime, actually.
Yeah, I've been meaning to.
Do you know what we should do after this stream?
No.
We should watch The Abyss by James Cameron.
Perhaps.
Because I got up late, so I'm going to be staying up late if you want to watch it.
Perhaps. Well, I need to ask you then, final verdict. Harley Quinn series, shit or lit?
Somewhere in between. I'm not gonna. It's certainly not trash, but it's hardly the greatest thing ever made either.
How many episodes did you sit through then? 12?
3 seasons.
Oh!
3 seasons, and each time one ended, I was like, okay, I'll just watch one more. And I'm like, but why? I'm not having like an amazing time here. I'm not like shitting myself in anticipation of how are they going to resolve this plot point or anything like that.
Well, I guess, yeah, background watch.
I guess so. You are not too late for the stream. We're still going.
There's a Heavy Metal 2?
Yeah, they, you know, like how Disney made a Fantasia 2000. Yeah, I've not seen it, but they made a sequel to Heavy Metal like much later.
Oh, that's never a good idea.
It doesn't sound like a good idea. I imagine there's a lot of 3D in it, I would think.
What did you think of the 3D finally in Chainsaw Man? Were you okay with it?
I'm alright with it, but I mean, I've just become desensitized at this point. Like, it's like complaining that AAA games aren't 2D anymore. Like, it's just we're not going to get that kind of stuff, so you just have to accept that everything's going to be 3D now. And I mean, you can tell when it switches to 3D. You could definitely tell the 3D bits.
I have to say though, like for Human Figure, the 3D, when it switches to 3D, it's borderline. Like sometimes I couldn't tell. I could only tell because of the high frame rate most of the time. I still think when it comes to background elements or cars, that's when it's the most obvious still.
But it's so obvious. Whenever I see a 3D car go past, it just kind of really takes me out of it.
Yeah.
I've been watching Danmachi. I forget the full title. It's the one about picking up girls in a dungeon, which ironically is not what it's about. Like, I don't think he picks up any girls in the dungeon, and I'm on season 4 now. And anyway, it's like, oh no, everything's so CG now. And they go down onto this floor of the dungeon where there's water everywhere, and all the water's CG, and then this monster comes swimming at them, and all the splashes in front of the monster are CG water, but some of them are hand-drawn. And then someone gets like slashed, and CG blood goes flying out of them, but some of it's hand-drawn, and I'm like, what's going on? What did someone throw all the CG blood on at the end? They were like, not enough blood, CG some more in there? I don't... It's just so weird to me. I don't know. And yeah, I keep watching it. I watched one today.
Well, you do you.
Uh-huh.
We've talked about Gundam Hathaway before. What were your thoughts on it again?
I liked it, but it was way too dark, as in there were no lights for the big battle scenes. It was all during the nighttime, and I couldn't make out the shape or the silhouettes of the mechs at all. Like, I don't even know what the Gundam looks like in Hathaway, because it's just so hard to make out. Like, I'm sure there's, production art and stills and stuff where you can look at it and go, oh, okay, so that's what it looks like. But I couldn't tell just from watching the film. But I'm very much interested in seeing more of it, though.
Storyline was good, though?
It seems okay. Yeah, it seems fine. I mean, I have to see where it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do It Yourself looks interesting, yeah. Vinland Saga was it's another one where, it's the curse of the anime watcher, isn't it? Like, guess I'm waiting years for the next season of that now, and that was really good. I enjoyed that.
Those poor animators not working fast enough.
Exactly, not killing themselves fast enough to satiate my lust. My lust.
Too many ramen breaks in their tiny box shed apartment.
They should cut down to no breaks. I've got Vinland Saga to watch, damn it.
Speaking of 3D and stuff, the main thing that bothers me about 3D, but this is also like a art direction choice that people want, I guess, I don't know. I think it's personally, I don't know if you remember, like, back in Yi Day, when my traditional art teachers were like, oh, don't use Photoshop, don't use pre-made palettes, because then you're going to be reliant on those palettes and you won't know how to think about color, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. I was watching my housemate play Monster Hunter. Yeah. And I was like, oh, interesting. I mean, doesn't look bad. Doesn't look distinctive, but doesn't look bad. except the girls are like kind of extra cute in it. And I asked about, and it's a Capcom game.
Monster Hunter,
like,
yeah.
I didn't realize it because I was like, really? I thought it was like one of those free-to-play generic whatevers.
No, I think isn't Monster Hunter where Capcom make all their money these days?
Yes, I mean it's a big title, but then there was like this background. Are you okay?
Pelon Artist just subscribed. Thank you.
Oh, I didn't see it yet.
You didn't hear it, but my ears were filled with the TIE Fighter sound.
Okay, makes sense. But yeah, I was gonna say I saw this background. Like, I don't know if chat has played it, if they know the background I'm talking about. Has a giant like sakura tree in the middle, and like the leaves are falling, and it's all red and pink. And I was like, wow, that's really pretty. And if it was a Capcom Street Fighter 2D background or a 2D SNK background, I bet it'd look fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the I think the lighting was in a way that everything was lit the same way, everything was the same values, and it washed out. And I was like, that's a shame. But I don't think it's really like the artist's fault. I think it's that the artist maybe leave too much decision to like the machine and how it wants to render it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I would have never recognized it was Capcom. Like, what happened to having a style? But maybe when you work in 3D, because, you know, we know what things should look like when they're realistic. It's hard to stylize it, or maybe people are scared to stylize it because it looks more uncanny.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's really hard to go from a stylistic thing and put it into 3D and avoid slipping back into no, this has to have realistic lighting kind of thing.
Well, the tie around to that was like about the 3D blood and stuff like that. And 3D, when it's stylized, it can work. Like even anime style. I've seen 3D before that I know it's 3D, but the whole environment is stylized and it's not in the context I'm expecting. Then you know, it's kind of okay.
Yeah, I like it in Dorohedoro.
There we go.
Yeah, I think that looks good. But then everything is 3D in that, so nothing sticks out. Like, nothing's like, whoa, that's so obviously 3D, because everything is 3D. I think it's that weird uncanny valley 2D characters 12 frames per second and then 30 frames per second CG car with highlights goes past with like specular highlights and bump maps and shit.
Yeah. Well, I think someone here described it well. It feels like the same Unreal assets in games making everything look the same. And that's totally what I felt. Like, not trying to be disrespectful. Like, I can't do 3D. It's beyond my capabilities. But it looked kind of like the stuff we did in 3D class in college. And I think it's just because of assets and yeah, everyone's struggling to put things out on time. Anyway, there was also a question. I've seen this twice now. Your anime list video. Is it still up?
Yeah.
Yeah? 2 people have asked what happened to that anime list compilation, so I was wondering.
Let's have a look. Let's make sure. Wow, look at my recommendations. The Moist Machine by Joel Haver. And Animators React. Okay.
Oh boy, VeggieTales.
VeggieTales, eh? Videos? Yeah, there it is, look. It's right there.
Yeah.
It's right there. There you go. In fact, yeah. I will post the link into chat if anyone wants to have a look. Though, why would you want to tear yourself away from the thrilling conversations we're having here?
Well, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't banned.
No.
Susan didn't get mad and just rip it off of your channel.
Where's my fucking money, Susan? I'd have put out a weather report like Jim. But Matt was saying about cyberbots. Have you ever seen cyberbots, Mikey?
Not actively sounds familiar, but
Capcom.
Oh wait, the Capcom game.
The Capcom game, yeah.
I've never gotten to play it, but I love Devilot and every other game she's featured
yeah,
in.
of course, it's where Devilot's from, isn't it?
I love her to death, and I have watched playthroughs of it.
Because it has some really good character designs, really good mech designs.
Mm-hmm.
But I just never really seemed to do very well in the West, I guess. I think
weirdly.
mechanical combat was just a bit too weird, maybe. Like we want people to punch each other, not these big robots.
I never saw it in the arcades over here, so it was just
no. I never did, and I lived in Skegness, which arcade town. So yeah, weird.
Yeah. Also, I'm so glad people are saying that the anime list video is great, and they have it on their faves to watch.
Oh, really?
Yes. We were worried that maybe enough people weren't interested in retro anime anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad some people like the list.
The Angel Cup ending. I put a tweet up with some screenshots from the Blu-ray about how good the Blu-ray looks of Angel Cup. And of course, as with any Angel Cup discourse, people started mentioning the ending. Do you know what I'm going to do with this shoulder? This shoulder's pissing me off. I'm going to do this.
Well, since you people are interested in retro anime, do any of you use Retro Crush? Is it decent? I actually had someone that I've seen in the streams before. I don't know why they turned to me because I'm not the expert. They messaged me to ask me, what's going on with Retro Crush? Why is it filled with ads? And I'm like, I don't own Retro Crush, but I will find out.
You seem like a very professional retro anime site owner, I guess.
I mean, I was curious because I think it's kind of cool. There's a streaming service, but I haven't checked it out because I'm not sure if they do dubs or subs or both or whatever.
I'm not sure, actually. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I've been meaning to check it out. High Dive. I'm gonna have to check that out. Does anyone here like MD Geist? No, we hate it. Horrible, horrible.
We love MD Geist. We can't stop. We are just soldiers in this thread. Most dangerous thread on YouTube right now. Thread? Stream? Why? Oh, okay. I've got my mask turned on.
You're masking?
Yes. No one cared who I was until I turned off the Photoshop mask. How long have we been going? 2 hours.
2 hours.
And 19 minutes. Shall we call it a day soon, do you think?
Let's answer this really quick. Have you watched Witch from Mercury?
Witch from Mercury? I haven't yet. And I'll tell you why. Because this is really interesting, my answer. Because I go to my friend Rick's house on Wednesdays to watch anime. We're currently watching... I was going to say Cardcaptor Sakura, and I don't know why. We're currently watching Rayearth by Studio Clamp. And I think when we finish Rayearth, we're going to watch Witch from Mercury, maybe. So, yeah. So I've been avoiding spoilers and stuff. I mean, it's a non-UC Gundam, isn't it? So I don't know if it'll be any good, but I'll give it a go. Can't be worse than Seed, can it?
We await your thoughts when you watch it.
Yeah, Rayearth is fun. Rayearth is fun. Like I'm not blown away or anything, but I'm enjoying watching it. I think if I was watching it on my own, I'd probably be like, I don't know. But because I'm watching it with other people, we're all just having fun watching it. It's a good thing to get together and have some food and watch 4 episodes of Raya a week. I think it might be a little bit too kiddie, a little bit too simplistic if I was watching it on my own, because I'm a mature viewer with mature tastes. I only watch MD Geist and Angel Corp. I don't know if anyone can hear me, but my internet's gone down. It does this about midnight every single night, and it usually comes back in a couple of minutes. So I guess we'll just see. But yeah, kind of pisses me off. Does kind of piss me off. Every night now it's been doing this. I'm pretty sure that Mackie has told everyone in chat by now what's going on, so I'm not freaking out. Well, we're still offline. Hello? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think we'll stop it then. I was thinking that maybe it'd come back in a couple of minutes, but yeah, did you tell everyone that my internet's down again? Oh? Hello? Yes, I can hear you. Ah, okay. Yeah, I will stop the stream now then, in that case. What a pisser! Well, to everyone watching this recording later on, thanks for stopping by, and sorry about that. It does this every night, I don't know what to do. But, see you for the next stream. Bye.